Creating floor patterns. As you recognize here, I've made 3 different layers for the floors. So I have this layer. I just want to quickly edit. You can actually see this is the layer that I created for the grass. I cut out some areas for the dirt. I want to exit out. I want to show you another layer that I created. If I go close to here and I tap, eventually I'm going to get this layer. If I pick it up, you can see it's my floor generic 1-inch gray. I created that layer, all right? And so if I say edit, you can actually see how I actually created an area, and I cut out these areas where later on I'm going to do a floor, all right? So that's that area. Then if I get close to this inner side and I tab, let's get closer. That's the area. Edit. You can actually see it's the inside of what I have. So essentially, I have the grass, the concrete area that I call gray, and then the mosaics that I called it yellow 1-inch. All right. So let me show you what I actually did. Off to the side, I'm going to create something very simple without any complexity. All right. So I'm going to go architecture, I'm going to go to floor, go here, and typically you have 12-inch generic. From that 12-inch generic, you can actually edit, duplicate, and you can call it 1-inch, whatever, and I called it 1-inch grass. And I said, and I'm going to say type 2 because I type 2 because I've already created that 1-inch, and I say okay. And then you go, literally you duplicate it, you named it. Now you're going to go edit, and you're going to change that from 1 foot to 1 inch. You could actually say, no, I want a grass to be 1 foot. It's up to you. I'm going to make it 1 foot. 1 foot is fine, or you want to get it 2 feet. It's fine with me, okay? Whatever you decide to have, all right? So 4 inches, 1 foot, whatever you like. So category, I'm changing its material. All righty. It's going to take a while before it opens up my library because I'm going into a library for materials. There it goes. All right. So I type in grass here, and it has a new material default as 2 because I already created it. So typically it doesn't have this. So I go to the auxiliary library, which is here. I type in grass, and I recognize that I have different types of grass. Okay. You have to click on the folder. You'll see that you have various types of glass. So you want to create a new material, all right, from the default, okay, and you would like to give it that appearance of the grass, okay. So when you go in here and you choose grass, hit this way. Now I wanted to find grass light rye. I go like this, okay, and it pops, and when you double click it pops in here, okay. So it looks like this. The graphics will look like this. I would like the graphics to look like lighter green, okay. So I changed that color to lighter green. So I'm going to pick this one and go, actually maybe this one, and go super light. So it doesn't take too much away from my drawing. Surface pattern, I want it to be the same. There, go very light, green. This looks good. And cut pattern, you can let it go, but you can do the cut the same way. Cut pattern, you could actually make it black because you want anything that you cut that it actually looks black. Later on, you can decide how you want to treat it, all right? So I say okay. So my default is there. It's 4 inch. I'm good. And I'm going to go back and change that name. Okay, rename. I'm going to change that name because I did 4-inch instead of 1-inch. I'm going to do 4, and I say OK, and I say OK. Now I'm going to come on over here, draw a grass area. Okay. Now I'm going to poke a hole where I'm going to put my building. Okay. So essentially it's this donut shape. I check it, and that's that grass area. Remember how I colored it that way. Now I'm going to create another layer, and I've already created that layer. I'm going to go floor, and this time I've already created it, so I'm not going to go through that part. Generic 1/8 of an inch gray. I'm going to create a zone here. That's where it is. But inside of it, I'm going to create another layer where I'm going to change material. So I'm creating this donut shape. So that's my gray area. Now I'm going to do again floor. Again, I have created a floor of a different material, 1-inch yellow. I'm going to scroll up and down until I find what I created. 1-inch yellow. I'm going to go in here and draw my rectangle, going from there to there, and voila, there it is. So now I have the 3 layers. So with that in mind, you can actually create your layers of grass and soil.